What we have got is ideas which we have mutually explored, which I hope will have the possibility of bridging such gaps as have still existed.
We may not be very far away from it, but until such time as we have it, we cannot start the talks.
Dublin has to stop talking about timing, and they've got to let the first talks run.
You have no sane reason, no justification, moral, rational or political, for continuing with this campaign.
While 1990 will be remembered as the year of the Brooke Initiative, it was also the year when the IRA stepped up its violence with some new and horrific tactics. In October, while members of their families were held hostage, 2 men were forced to drive bombs in cars to RUC and British Army checkpoints near Newry and Derry. The bomb at Newry went off, killing 1 soldier and injuring the man forced to drive it. The Derry bomb killed 5 soldiers and the car driver, Patsy Gillespie.
And then they took my husband out. And then he came in again for a few minutes. And then they took him away again. And the last time I saw him.
There were many other IRA victims during the year. RUC Constable Louis Robinson kidnapped and killed as he was on his way home from a fishing trip in Kerry. The first Catholic nun to die in the Troubles, Sister Catherine Dunn, was driving along a road outside Armagh when a bomb was detonated. 3 RUC men for whom the bomb had been intended also died. And in their attempts to dominate the northern political agenda, the IRA continued to kill full and part-time members of the security forces and Protestants, both in and out of uniform.
And I've walked into home after home and said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I still am. But what can I do?
Loyalist paramilitaries too stepped up their campaign, particularly in North Belfast. Raymond Robinson shot dead outside his shop, and a workmate, Dermot McGuinness, killed as he walked home, were 2 of many victims.
I know Dermot's with me now. He always will be. And please, no more suffering. No more.
The SAS were active as well. 2 members of the IRA were shot dead at Loughgall in October. In January, 3 men, 2 with imitation weapons, were killed as they tried to rob a bookmaker shop in Belfast. And also in October, 2 joyriders died when they were fired on by soldiers. The British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher herself visited Northern Ireland a week before she was forced to resign. Peter Brooke's Talks initiative staggered its way through the year. There were talks with the parties in the north and with Dublin during several Anglo-Irish conference meetings, and then a number of informal discussions with the Taoiseach, Mr. Haughey. All accept now that the resolution of the problem requires 3 sets of negotiations between the parties in the north, between the parties in the north and the Irish government, and between the 2 governments. It's the timing of the second set of talks between the parties in the north, including the Unionists and Dublin, which is preventing negotiations from starting. The initiative now appears, however, to be back on course, with all sides expressing some optimism. It would appear that there is at least broad agreement on how to proceed, with a chance that negotiations may begin around Easter. There is no evidence, however, that if talks begin, they will influence the men of violence on both sides, who this year have killed 74 people and since 1969 have killed 2,847.